What's going on, everybody? Jon Impemba here, bringing you your MLB DFS game day playbook preview for the Monday 4-game DraftKings main slate. We've hit the final week of the MLB DFS regular season, which means we've hit the final week of our DFS preview shows. We will continue on with our DFS playbook content throughout the playbook. So as it comes to our live streams, which ended last week, and our preview shows, this will be the final week of the MLB DFS preview show here. So myself and James Ronde, who will obviously be on here this week as well. We appreciate all the support you guys have brought us this year. If you want to go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, free way to support the work we do here over at Fantasy Alarm. With this just being 4 games, though, it's going to be a quicker show, obviously. Starting at the pitching position, Hunter Brown, Aaron Nola, Bryce Miller, Justin Steele, Tanner Houck, Chris Bassett, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Naito Birdsong are your starting pitchers on this main slate. Hunter Brown at home against Seattle at $9,000. Obviously, we know he's had a really strong second half of the season. We know Seattle is a team that strikes out a ton against right-handed pitching. Really difficult not to look on a small slate and think Hunter Brown finds himself in a good spot to rack up some fantasy points here. Aaron Nola bounced back fantastically after some struggling starts against the Mets and the Marlins. On the road against Milwaukee in his last start, 7 innings, an earned run, 9 strikeouts. Now back home here against the Cubs. Look at the home road splits. Nola obviously a little bit better this year at home than on the road. The strikeout numbers are fantastic, over a strikeout per inning at home. So while, yes, the Cubs certainly have some batters in their lineups that can do some damage, we definitely like Aaron Nola at home here. Given the spot that we're in on the smaller slate, you're looking for guys with high floors. Nola certainly is a guy that brings you a high floor. Bryce Miller is someone I'm probably going to avoid here. I know he's been fantastic this season, but look at the home road splits. At home, 1.96 ERA. On the road, 4.44 ERA. Last couple of home starts looks fantastic, right? New York and Texas holding them to 1 run over the 6 innings. Even pitched well against St. Louis, 6 shutout innings in that one there, but again, most trends for him this season have shown him struggling on the road in Houston. Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker back in that lineup, fully healthy. Jose Altuve homered on the Sunday slate. Just feels like it's going to be a tough spot for Bryce Miller at his price point. Justin Steele, had the dead arm, came back 2 2/3 innings in that one, against the A's. I don't know. It feels like he's certainly going to be on some sort of a pitch count. He's not 100%. Definitely don't want to throw him against Philadelphia there either. Tanner Houck is another guy, supposedly dealing with some sort of dead arm here. 4 innings, an earned run. They pulled him out of that game at 60 pitches, so difficult to trust Tanner Houck in this spot against Toronto if they're got him on some sort of innings or pitch cap here as he comes out of his dead arm at 8K. So that's probably a no-go for me as well. Chris Bassett, the Red Sox, they've shut down Rafael Devers. Yes, Tristan Casas had the 3 homers on Sunday. But Bassett overall this year has really held his own against his Red Sox team. They are home. I think we could give Chris Bassett an honest look here. Again, the Red Sox offense, season's winding down, missing Devers. Definitely an offense that I think you can sort of attack right now. So I think Bassett at 8K, a decent spot in the mid-tier. And then you got Eddie Rodriguez and Hayden Birdsong going up against each other. Rodriguez has obviously not looked great, but he's coming off of 11 strikeouts against Colorado in Colorado. Pitch against Milwaukee, had 7 strikeouts there. And the Giants this year, a team against left-handed pitching, it's a spot that we've looked to target them. So you have Eddie Rodriguez at home, against left-handed pitching this year. In terms of strikeout rate, the Giants' 3rd highest strikeout rate in baseball against left-handed pitching. Second worst WOBA, 29th in WOBA against left-handed pitching. Isolated power numbers against left-handed pitching this year. They rank 18th. Batting average against left-handed pitching on the year, they're 28th. So, again, some really good numbers looking for Erod. And maybe he's starting to round into form. In core, 6 1/3, 2 earned, 11 Ks. Home against Milwaukee. Tough team, Milwaukee. 5 innings, 2 earned, 7 Ks. I like him much more than I would even consider Birdsong here against Arizona, knowing how potent their offense. So kind of recapping pitching, I like the top 2 guys in Brown and Nola. I'm good with Bassett, and I would go Erod at the value tier. When it comes to catcher, again, you sort of look and see what's going to be out there. I like Real Muto against Steele at $4,200. I think Kirk at $3,300 against Houck or whomever's going to be out of that Boston bullpen. Feels like a pretty good spot. And then we'll see, I guess, where the value plays end up opening up. On a small slate, there's obviously not going to be as many options at catcher. So those would be certainly some of the options I would look at. Maybe even Del Castillo with Gabriel Moreno a day-to-day. You can see Del Castillo there against Birdsong at 44 being an option. At first base, I like Vlad Guerrero against Houck, and again, the Boston bullpen at 52. Both of those options seem great. Again, if you're not on Bassett, Costas did homer 3 times. We know Bassett struggles against lefties. $3,900 for him there. Spencer Horwitz against Tanner Houck at $3,800. Feels like a pretty good play. Josh Bell against Birdsong at 34. If you want to go there, you certainly could do so. I guess if Singletary's in the lineup and you're looking to stack against Miller, you could. Not the greatest spot for him there, but again, we know there's at least some power in that bat. At second base, you know the spend up options are there. Altuve at homered, Marte homered. They both did that on Sunday. So they're your top 2 priced options at the second base position. Davis Schneider had a little bit of a home run stretch through a bit, cooled back off, but $3,400 for him. Not a ton of value. Edmundo Sosa has been someone we played a lot against lefties, so him at $3K feels like a spot we would probably find ourselves going to. And then again, if Boston throws any of these lefties out there against Bassett and you're not playing Bassett, I think you could give a look. At third base, again, Vladdy with the dual positional eligibility, $5,200. Bregman, Suarez homered again, $4,700, really good spot. Alec Boehm against a lefty at $4,400. I certainly like that. Wilson against Steele at 4K. You could play that if you want. He hits lefties really well. So good mid-tier options for us at third. For value, again, Edmundo Sosa can dual positional eligibility. That's probably it for some value. At shortstop, Trey Turner, 57. Dansby Swanson, even though we like Nola at 45. Fitzgerald hit lefties well, even though we like Erod at 44. If you're looking to spend up there. Perdomo at 35. Pretty good spot for him. Not much else value, though, at the shortstop. And then for outfield, again, already 4 games, so this is obviously a quick show here. Schwarber, Tucker. We'll see what the day-to-day for Jordan is. He did leave that game, but Tucker came back, had 4 hits the other day. We know Schwarber's got a ton of power, 5,900. Hits lefties really well. Duran cooled off, but we know Bassett struggles against lefties. Corbin Carroll's been great. So, yeah, I'm perfectly fine spending up for any of those plays. In the mid-tier, Peterson, Springer, both of them are fine for me. Nobody's been hotter than J-Rod, seemingly, over the last couple of weeks. So if you want to go him against Hunter Brown, I think you're fine. Castellanos versus a lefty, McCarthy versus Birdsong at the 4K range. Both of them are fine. Elio Ramos, we know has hit lefties well. Let's see. Value tier, PCA. Pavin Smith has been really good. Weiler again is a lefty against Bassett, 36. Yoshida is a lefty against Bassett, 35. But again, Bassett has pitched well against the Red Sox this year. Let's see. Any other value plays here? Not really. All right, let's get a lineup going. Again, I know this was a quick show, but it is only 4 games. Again, I'm going to go with Erod. I think it's going to help us get some money. And then let's go. Seattle outside of home has been pretty good. Let's go Nola against Chicago. We'll go Del Castillo. First base. Let's see. How much do we want for Arizona? Because Walker's obviously 49. It's kind of expensive, though. If we do Vlad, second base, did we have value? Edmundo at 3K. Third base, we did like the mid-tier. Go Suarez, shortstop. You're 4,400. So, Sosa was second and third base eligible. Perdomo's cooled off considerably. It's a tough spot with such a small player pool. Let's go with Story. And 3 outfielders at 47. We definitely had some value down here. Pavin's 36. 253. We go Carroll, another 53. We got 4 Arizonas there. Let's go Castellanos. I think it was just 1,200. Small slates. You're going to have money left over. 46 at short. We got Nola. Might be stuck with Story. What if we go up from Edmundo? 41. Horner, Brown, Schneider. No, I think we're still there. Another 48. Yeah, Peterson. There we go. All right. So Erod, Nola, Del Castillo, Guerrero, Sosa, Suarez, Story, Peterson, Carroll, and Castellanos. We got a little Philly stack. Can we get Real Muto? We can. Let's do that. Let's do Real Muto here. So we'll get a Philly and Diamondback stack. We got a one-off Trevor Story, a one-off Vlad Guerrero, and Nola and Erod as the example lineup. Henry Wilson will have your playbook out for Monday. Again, just 4 games. We'll be back for the Tuesday full slate, final week of the MLB DFS regular season. Everybody, we appreciate you all tuning in all season long. If you have any questions, get us on Twitter, get us in the Discord. 7-day free trial is still live over at Fantasyline. You can scan this QR code right there on the screen. Fantasyline.com/win. Promo code Let's Go. Use promo code Let's Go. You get that first month after your 7-day free trial for less than $20. You get access to all of our premium content. It's 7-day free trial. Take you to next Sunday, which means, obviously you have access to our NFL DFS content as well. So make sure you check that out. NHL starting up soon. You'll have access to our NHL content. So now's the best time to try us here over at Fantasy Alarm. Until then, everybody, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.